Good morning, Internet. Good afternoon to you. Today is a day of the 12th, 6th, 2021st. AD. Hello, and welcome to the 24th weekly update. 12th of the 6th, which is June the 12th of June, 2021, AD. We So let's start with what I've been doing over the previous week. So Saturday, Sunday. Well, no, it was on Saturday. Saturday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We're all but alright. But Thursday, which is where we go off to a certain place, is better because we leave college. But before I get to that, on Tuesday, which is day after Monday. Okay, I'm gonna stop there. So basically, interesting things which happened over the previous week. On Tuesday, we were in college, right? And then we went out because we had to I can't actually remember what we were meant to be doing. I think we were meant to be sort of describing things around us. I didn't do that, but nevertheless, we did. I went out, and basically, just out back of college, there's this sort of wooden square on the table, not on the table, on the floor. There's like this sort of bit outside, out back, where there's a big flat area, and in the middle of it, there's a sort of this. I don't know what it is. It's like a block of wood on the floor. I think it's meant to be a bench, but it's like a bench that you want to sit around the outside of or something, and then there's just a big blank space in the middle. So I don't know what I was all about. But basically, I sat in that. Well, I didn't sit. I stood in that bit in the middle of that, and just started spinning around. Not quickly, but just sort of like this amount of spinach. That speed, right? And I did that for like 10 minutes. And I was just really enjoying the the looks I was getting from people. That was pretty cool. Like, this girl walked past, like, and that was really funny. That was the highlight. But there were other people just sort of looking at me like, and then going on with their day. So that was nice. So, and then on Thursday, basically, there's this teacher who is the teacher who teaches me on Mondays and Wednesdays, which is why I don't like Mondays or Wednesdays. But basically, on the Thursday, before we go to the place we're going, wait in a classroom before we go there, and she will pop into that classroom. And basically, in that classroom, I've already told you this bit, but what happened because of it is different. Basically, there's sort of this shopping trolley full of musical instruments in there, and I got a few drums and some bells and stuff. And although I did some experimenting at first, I eventually got into a thing, which is where I had a setup, which is where I had some of these bells, which were on like a string, draped over my knee, and then I had two drums. I had a high drum and a low drum, and basically I was tapping my knee, so it was like ch ch ch, right? And on every other one, I'd do one of the drums, so it'd be like ch t ch t ch t ch t ch t ch, over and over again, right? With more interesting bits interjected in it, because I did have other drums on the table as well. It's just those two were the main ones, so I'd be going off and doing different things like that, right? And basically she got really annoyed, which was hilarious, and she basically kept saying, like, stop doing that. It's like, well, and she said something stupid like, there's a class next door and you're going to be distracting them, when literally in that class they had the TV on really loud that you could hear through the wall. So that was the first amazing thing. And not only that, I was doing the drumming quietly. And the best part is, if she had have just ignored it, right, eventually I would have gotten bored of the drumming, right? But because she was getting so annoyed with it, it gave me a reason to carry on drumming, which was the best thing ever. So that was cool. And basically, one of the other teachers and I said, "Oh, we'll just call security." And I was just, which I didn't hear at the time, but one of the other teachers, who isn't a moron like those two are, told me that they'd said that earlier, because my ears are still blocked, for those of you who don't know, so I didn't actually hear the other teacher say that. I heard her mumble something about security, but I didn't know whether she was talking about me or talking about something else. But that teacher did say that she was doing that. And I thought to myself after, like, what would security have done? Like, they literally couldn't have done anything that would have been bad. Like, they couldn't have taken the drums off me, because I had the drums with me, like, in my hands, so it's like they'd have to fight me to get those, and they'd lose. Trust me, they'd lose. And the other thing is, like, if they could they might remove me from college, which not only was I leaving college anywhere to go off to the place we go, but also that, like, literally wouldn't have been a problem for me. Like, I want to leave. The only reason I come to college on a Thursday is to leave. because we go there and then we leave and we go to this better place. So that's interesting. Now, from this better place, I got some interesting things. I got some VHSs, which I'm going to show you here, because basically the guy was clearing out a load of stuff, which was pretty cool, and he wanted to throw it all away, and I was like, well, maybe you should sell the VHSs, and he was like, no. So I was like, well, that was stupid, but whatever. And he was like, so can I have some? And he said yes. So these are I only got 4. These are the 4 that I got. Right. Well, it's 4 VHSs, but it's 3 items. So I got Aliens Special Edition, Predator 2, and the complete Mr. Bean, which is that's 2 VHSi there. So that's that. So now I might have something to actually play when I go to my grandma's house, because she still has a TV which has a VHS player in it. Which I usually watch Mickey Mouse when we get there, because she has 2 Mickey Mouse VHSs. So I usually watch those, or Lars the Polar Bear, which is a great TV show. That's a TV show from the 80s, lads. Of course, I didn't watch it in the 80s because I wasn't alive, but I would have preferred to be alive. Anyway, so that's that. So anyway, so now when I go there, I could take those and could watch some of them. I don't think want me watching Aliens or Predator 2. I might watch them anyway, I don't know. But Mr. Bean, they definitely, because that's the entire series. That's the entirety of Mr. Bean, all the episodes, I think. So that's that. And then from there, we also got, I got a cool drum. And I got some boots. I'll go and show you them now. Not the boots, but I get the drum. I'll show you the drum. I'll be right back. And before I get back, while I'm away, just to carry on and entertain you, I'll allow my balloon to entertain you. Just got some water in it. Now, the thing about this drum is it doesn't sound very good. Like, I'll just give you a listen. It sounds crap, really, so probably not going to be using it in anything, but it looks really nice, so I'm definitely like going to keep it on my shelf. It won't fit on my shelf, but I'll keep it somewhere. And also, this is a cow skin with hair still on. Normally you'd remove the skin if you were making a drum. Not remove the skin, you'd leave the skin, but you'd remove the hair, is what I mean. But this feels, especially just this little bit right here, that feels really nice. That little bit of hair right there. So, yeah. And it's got a little flap of skin here as a handle, which is disgusting. And I don't use that as the handle because I don't want to touch that, because what the hell. But, be right back. So that's that. And then another thing which happened on Thursday is basically my cat Jessie was basically asleep under my desk, not my desk, in the desk in my brother's room, which is where she usually sleeps. And I went in and wanted to say hello, so I was like poking her a little bit, and she wasn't moving. And I was terrified. I thought she'd died or something, right? Because I was like, if you poke a cat, usually they move. And I just sort of I went to bed, right? Woke up the next day, right? And then, because like my parents were asleep and I didn't want to wake them just for something which, because I hoped that she was still alive. I wasn't sure, so she was still warm. So I didn't want to wake them up for something which probably wasn't an emergency, right? So I went to bed, right? And I woke up the next morning and she was up, and I was very, very relieved, right? So I went over to stroke her a bit later, right? And she scratched me, but she's never scratched me like this before, because her claw literally got stuck in my finger. Like she was under the same desk, right? I was under there, well, not under there, I had my arm under there, and I was stroking it, and she was really sort of enjoying it. She was doing the cat thing where they roll over and they're doing that, and it's all cute, right? And all of a sudden she just went for my hand, and she was clawing it, and literally I was trying to pull my hand away, but I couldn't, because her claw was literally caught in my finger, right? Which you can't really see it, but you can kind of see it. You can kind of see it. You can't see it very clearly because this camera doesn't focus. This camera is a single focus thing, I think. But nevertheless, you can see that. But so that really hurt, and that didn't just hurt physically. That hurt emotionally. Like I'd spent the last 24 hours worried about her, and she goes and do something like that. That's not very nice. That hurt my feelings and my finger. So yeah, that's that. Thanks, Jess. And then just today, because basically it's we're having a party tomorrow with multiple people, because now COVID restrictions have been sort of loosened, so now people are allowed to come over. Because for both my birthday and my brother's birthday, only a couple of people were allowed to come by, my grandma and granddad. So now more people are allowed to come over. So we're sort of having a secondary party for both me and my brother. And the people are going to be coming. So it's like this is the proper birthday party, but it's like a 2-in-1. It's a 2-in-1 party, which is cool. And this is one of the balloons for that. And I've put a bit of water in it as an experiment, and it makes a really cool noise. Like if you listen to this noise when you hit it on the bottom like this. Which is pretty cool, so that's that. So that's that. So that was everything of the previous week. Over the following week, as obviously I said, tomorrow we're doing a little party thingy, and then I don't really have anything else planned. Do some more on the third album, I guess, because I've done quite a lot on the third album. I got 6 songs done now. I'm hoping to have this next one be the first one that's over 40 minutes, because most albums are 45 minutes. And I want this to be in between 40 and 45. I want it to be there, because all the previous ones have been under 30. And by the way, there's still a link in the description to the second album, by the way. So go and click on that. But yeah, that's that. Oh, and also, I didn't just cut that finger on my cat. I also cut that finger on a coaster, which I'll let you figure out by yourself. Also, got some starbursts. Sue me. Please don't. I mean, I don't care if you do. You're not getting any of my money. You can only sue someone if you can find their money. And I don't have a bank account, so good luck suing me. You're gonna have to break into my house and find it. Oh, papili beep papadoo pop papa la di da da di di da di la di di. That scared you, didn't it? And deservedly so. Good morning, I got a bottom full of poo. Anyway. So that's previous week and following week. Comment on current political events. This is always the best bit. BBC News. I will just display transition. Wait a minute, it's not. Sorry, it's not showing the first camera. Let me just figure this out. I'm not really sure why it's not doing that. Just let me there it is. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. So here we are, BBC News website. Let's see what's going on. So, PM promises caution over 21 June lockdown end. Delta variant. They're just making this stuff up now, let's be honest. Bleep, bloop. Troop in the colour marks Queen's birthday. Happy birthday, I guess. Second man charged over Sasha Johnson shooting. I see, sir. How did that happen? He's a prominent member. Oh, it's not was. God damn it. The second man's been charged over the shooting of black equal rights activist. That's the funniest thing I've ever read. Because we all know that what the BLM people want is equal rights, because they definitely haven't already got it. Jesus Christ. Equal rights activist. That's the funniest thing ever. No, she's not a black equal rights activist. She's a black supremacist. Let's get this correct, alright? Mrs. Johnson, 27, was shot in the head, what a shame, at a house party in Consult Road. Taken on 25th May, remains in critical condition in hospital. Boo-hoo. Devonte Bleu, 18, is charged conspiracy to murder. Conspiracy to murder? Yeah, I think you might mean attempt to murder, or just murder, depending on how it goes. Let's hope these two are removed soon. Anyway, these are jokes, by the way, if you can't tell. I hope she gets better. I also hope she stops being racist. The Met Police due to appear in custody. Okay. 102 Mrs. Johnson was rushed to hospital following the shooting. Okay. She has undergone 2 operations to release pressure on the brain. Well, you'd think blowing a hole through it would release pressure, right? Whatever. But remains critically ill. On Monday, her mother, blah blah blah, said the family had been left devastating by shooting, and their daughter's children keep asking where their mummy is. Okay then. One other man has also been charged with conspiracy to murder. Okay, what? Whatever. Next. Bap 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 bap. Bad day bap. Bap 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 bap. Bap 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 bap. Badu badi dee dee bap boop da boop boop dap. Humpback whale gulps and spits out US lobster man. What? They escape being swallowed by a humpback whale. Right. Michael Packard said he was diving when he ended up in the Marine's giant mouth for about 30 to 40 seconds off Provincetown, Massachusetts. The Leviathan spat him out and Mr. Packard was left in on a suspected dislocated knee. Despite his wife's pleas to get another job, he has no plans to give him a 40-year career diving off Cape Cod. Right then. Blip blip bleep. Flutter. Felt this huge bump and everything went dark. He's trying to swallow me, right? Blah blah blah. Cool. That's cool then. Right, next. Are you supposed to look as if you're enjoying yourself? Right. Right then. Queen wasn't afraid to lighten the mood. That's because she's cool. See, why do they always have all this blank space here? That's my question. This is all just so they can fit in these ads, isn't it? Like, they're not even trying to hide the fact that these entire things, they are only here just to be ads. The neo-Nazi given away by his rainbow sheets. What? Has been convicted of multiple terror offences following the Old Bailey trial. Right. The university student who founded and led 2 banned neo-Nazi terrorist groups. Well then, in 2017, racist and homophobic propaganda posters. Right. See, now it says terrorist groups. Is there any actual terrorism going on there? Because there's a lot of things. People say it's terrorist. Wasn't there another thing? I don't know if it was this guy. I don't think it was this guy. But there was a thing where a guy was is in prison for just believing in not nice things. I don't know if this is the same thing. There's a terrorist organization. Is it a terrorist organization though? Because, like, just spray painting offensive things and believing offensive things isn't terrorism. Linked to 5 murders, right? So they are connected to one which has killed people. But have they actually done anything though? Right then. Blah 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 boo boo boo. Yawn yawn yawn. Okay then. Record-breaking hikers agony at 16-mile walk for bus home. Right. That said, the plaque at the end of the question incorrectly states that the route is 478 miles long. Right. Much Girvan was relieved when he reached Cape Wrath after smashing the record for hiking a trail which runs the length of mainland Scotland, only to discover he had to walk another 16 miles to get the bus home. Right. That is disgusting. I don't want to hear about his blistered feet. And when he discovered the ferry he was due to catch had been cancelled. Lovely. See, I like walking, but I wouldn't do anything like that because that's stupid. Or if I did, I would like wear 15 socks on each foot. You know? Because like I'm not having anything like that happen. Jesus. Can pubs let fans watch the Euros? If the people who own the pub want to. Blah blah blah. Okay, yawn yawn yawn, yawn yawn yawn. Right, now let's get onto the BBC News YouTube channel. Vaccinating children against COVID-19. Translation. Killing children against COVID-19. Alright. Yeah. Yeah. See. What are we feeding our kids? Well, fucking vaccines, aren't we? Also, what kind of thumbnail? Boaters have a close call with a Texas dam. Jesus Christ, that is scary. They are so damn lucky. That's hilarious. Jesus. Oh God. Boris Johnson kicks off G7 with a plea to tackle inequality. Or if we worded it slightly more correctly, the same people who created inequality are pretending to tackle inequality. That's what it means. Yeah, you see, tackling inequality one luxury jet at a time. Amazing. US and UK relationship indestructible. Incorrect. Ring of Fire, solar eclipse, lights up sky. That's really cool, actually. I like that. Excuse me, I'm just passing through. Yeah. I like that I hear the soundtrack, but I'm gonna like it anyway. That looks so cool. See, that just looks like it's the moon. That looks like the moon, but that's that crescent. But that crescent is actually the sun, and this is the moon. That's really cool. Prince Edward congratulates. Which one's Prince Edward? Is this guy Prince Edward? Yeah. Okay, I've literally never seen him ever. That's the royal family for you. They have people in it who I don't even know. Myanmar's flip flop flip flop flip flop. Is this the woman who's meant to be in charge? I think so. Right then. Right then. Yeah, she should be in charge of the country, but isn't because it's politics. President Biden warns Russia as he opens foreign trip in UK. Why? Jesus, this is so boring. My God. US super rich pay almost no tax. Well, yeah. Greta Thunberg. Vaccinate the world's vulnerable before the young. What does that mean? So she's an expert on COVID too now, is she? Let's listen to this. It's incredible. How's people are listening to such an idiot? What's this all about? Blippity bloppity, flippity floppity. Right. Well, that's bad then. obviously. Thailand launches mass murder drive. Interesting. BAFTA TV Awards big winners. Who gives a crap? Me no give crap. How do you talk to your children about race? Don't. For God's sake. If you want you... Daddy, can you please talk about my day at school instead? Yeah. 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 See, this is the thing. This is the thing I keep bringing up. The only way to end racism is stop talking about it. Good old Morgan Freeman. You don't. That's how issues begin. Yeah. 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 Especially that. But yeah, this is the thing, like... Honestly. This is why racism is never gonna go away, by the way. Is this the thing which I still... Yeah, I talked about this video in the last one. And how stupid it is. Right then. So... That's that. That's the political event. Now let's talk about films I've been watching. I just need to what's that over there? It's a very weird thing I can see over there. Sorry, I didn't know what that was over there. Talk about films I've been watching. Let's go. So first I watched Trading Places, 1983. Funny film. That's right. It's a funny movie. It's got Eddie Murphy. He's funny. It's got Dan Aykroyd. He's funny. It's got Jamie Lee Curtis, who can be funny but not always. Halloween isn't very funny on purpose. Who's also in another film on this list. She is. And it also has Denholm Elliott in it, who was in I don't know which is it. I think it's all. Yeah, it's all. Well, it's the first and last of the original trilogy of Indiana Jones. He was in them. He was also in Harry Potter. He's a good actor. So yeah, it's a good film. There's a bit where Dan Aykroyd does blackface and does a Jamaican accent. That's hilarious. But you're not allowed to do it anymore because the world is scarce. So that's that. Next film, I watched The Final Bottom Live. Number 5, Weapons Grade Y-Fronts Tour from 2003. Some good old Rick and Aid action. You guys should go and watch that. You should watch them all anyway, but you should watch that one. That's the one I recommend most of all. So that's that. Next one, Well, sort of in two things. I watched the first two Austin Powers films because I hadn't seen them yet. I'd already seen Goldmember. We have that one on DVD. I'd already seen that one, and that's genuinely one of the funniest movies ever. But I hadn't seen the first two, so I watched the first two, and they're really good as well. Not as good as Goldmember, though. Goldmember's the best one. But those two are also very good. And the final film... That's that. So... No, it's not. The final film I watched was Fierce Creatures from 1997, which is a sort of pseudo-sequel to A Fish Called Wanda from 1988, because it has the same cast. It's got John Cleese, and Jamie Lee Curtis, and Michael Palin, and Kevin Kline. But of course, they're playing completely different roles. But that's also a really funny film. It's not as good as A Fish Called Wanda, but it's still a really, really good film. So all those five are really good, and you guys should go and watch them all. This is the first week in quite a while where I've watched all comedies, I'm pretty sure. Another thing is I started watching a film which isn't a comedy called The Colour of Pomegranates from 1969. It's like it's an art film, which you guys know I like. Surrealist kind of thing. And I started watching it, but this is the thing, right? It's one of these sort of slow films, right? And I have nothing against them. A lot of people would think they're boring. I don't. It's just they're not really entertaining, or at least you don't watch them to be entertaining. You watch them for the artistic things. And if they're slow, it does get a bit boring if you're tired. And I was tired at the time, so I only got 20 minutes in, and I was starting to sort of nod off. So I stopped watching it, and I will watch that again at a later date, because when I first watched Stalker, which is one of my favourite films, my second favourite film, and that's much longer than this. Like, The Colour of Pomegranates is only an hour and 20 minutes long, right? Stalker is 2 hours and 41, I'm pretty sure, or something, roughly that. That's what I remember it as being, anyway. So basically, when watching that, I'm pretty sure the first time I watched that, in the last 20 minutes, I also started to sort of slightly nod off as well. But because we only had like 20 minutes of the film left, I could stay awake and through it. But when you are starting to fall asleep in the first 20 minutes of an hour and 20-minute film, you should probably give it a rest and watch it later. So I'm not saying it's a bad film because I haven't seen it yet. And what I did watch, the first 20 minutes that I saw, that was really good. Like the cinematography and the imagery, it was really cool. But I don't want to have my first experience of a film be me falling asleep and being bored. So I am going to watch that film. I'll probably watch it in the next week, but I'm not going to say that for sure. But I will watch it at some point in the near future, because from what I saw, it was really good. I don't want to miss the entire film because I've fallen asleep. I don't think I've ever actually fallen asleep while watching a film. I can't remember it. I remember I've been very tired while watching a film, but I don't think I've ever actually fallen asleep while watching a film. So that's that. So is that it then? So that's that. Answer any questions. No one's here to ask any questions. So God, my Diet Coke bottle, which I have in the bin, is covered in spit now. Spit and phlegm. Just Can you see that? Oh, it's drooling everywhere. I didn't see it. I've just got drool all over my desk, on my leg, on the carpet. That's the last time I tried to show my spit collection to the camera. Ew. Jesus Christ, got it on my trousers, got it on my flip-flop. That's disgusting. I'm a disgusting person. I apologize to you people. Jesus Christ. Anyway, me and Mr. Balloon with a little bit of water in it would like to say goodbye to you. So that's all for this time, guys, and I hope you have enjoyed it. And I will see you in the next thing I do. Goodbye.